The thing about it is that in these industries, people are working remotely from those who are more senior and in charge. I mean, you're at the mercy, if, for want of a more emotive word, of the motivations of the team that you've got and their belief in those they report to on what's important. I'm sure that anybody or all of us that you spend some time with and they might have a good job, they might be doing quite well, and you actually ask them about somebody that they've worked for in their past, if they phoned them up and said, I've got an opportunity for you, and they would consider leaving to go for that, and you ask them about that person, they wouldn't tell you that the reason why that they were going is because they were really good with procedures and paperwork and all of these kind of things. They would probably tell you that they would actually leave because they trusted this person, or they believed that if they were not having a good day or they were vulnerable, this person would have their back. So you're actually allowed to make mistakes, and that's okay, you know. So a lot of the research that we've got at the moment about leadership from psychological safety, we actually know that if you want to have a learning culture, then it needs to be okay for people to make mistakes and actually say that happened. And if the person that you report into actually sees that as a learning opportunity, then you're more liable to get engaged in that kind of conversation, and then that culture actually becomes prevalent. The other thing as well is that if you're that kind of leader, those that are working for you are actually as committed in your success as what you are. So if they actually think something's going to happen that might compromise you, then they're going to step in. Whereas I'm sure most of us know somebody that's not a very good leader, and if you actually think that they're going to get compromised, and you might not say anything like you just think, oh, it's not worth my energy. So all of these things are non-technical skills, and they're actually about relationship building. It's about the quality of the relationship that you have with your team and that they believe in you. There's practical things that need to be done as well. I mean, obviously the business needs to have a strategy, it needs to have the right processes and procedures to set people up for success. All of these are the mechanics of the business. And then there's the leadership, the trust, the accountability is actually the grease that makes it work. That's what gets it all going. And hence the reason we see in so many organisations that we go into, particularly where they're on a shift pattern, that people will wait for a particular person to come on shift before something gets known about, or they'll report something. They know it needs to be reported, but they're only going to report it to this person. So you need to ask yourself, well, why is that? Because it's safe to do that, would be one. The other one would be that there's a belief that this person's got integrity, so something will happen if I actually do it. So there's behaviours, traits, things that we see when we're undertaking diagnostics that give you a line of sight into how the organisation functions. And a lot of that is actually anchored in individuals in leadership positions and how they behave, how they turn up.